Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching the station identification of one of Wayland City's resident YouTubers. Live in the basement. This is not MTV's remote control. And he is not Ken Ober. God rest Ken Ober's soul. This is WEML-TV, Channel 77. And now here's your host, New Bedford, Massachusetts' own, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Hey, praise the Lord, somebody call my mama. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my YouTube CVS. No, not the local pharmacy that we have here in Massachusetts, but it's my channel vlog show. This is WEML-TV, Channel 77, and this is the YouTube vlog in which there's Ordinary and there's me, the host of the show, Mr. Eric Lima here. Pleased to meet you if you're watching for the very first time, and for those who are returning to watching, great seeing you again. Today's September the 18th, 2021, 2:20 p.m., Saturday afternoon. It's Saturday. Happy Saturday. That's right. I had a great day. I don't know about you guys, but I had an awesome day. It was a pretty decent day all around, but I did, however, made an error this past week. On the Rant and Rave podcast, episode 101, I talked about one of my topics in the opening of the new grocery store for the first time in the Dartmouth Mall's 50-year history, that Aldi's is coming. Now, I was told it was September 28th, but I read an article about it, and come to find out, it's not September 28th it's going to open up, but September 23rd, 5 days before. That's even better. That's why, because my father was the one that told me it was 28th, and I said, no, it's the 23rd. He said, that's even better. So, for those of you who are looking forward to shopping at an Aldi's, locally close by, especially here in the South Coast, you will be able to do so. September 23rd, that's a Thursday, at the Dartmouth Mall. First time in the mall's 50-year history that a grocery store will be opening up there. I'm excited. I'm going to scope out the place myself to see, I'm going to scope out the place myself to see what it looks like. So I'm kind of curious myself. I know my mother's told me that they shop at the one in Wareham, but now the one in Dartmouth is going to open up. I'm really excited. I'm kind of looking forward to see what it's going. A lot of people are saying, I did post it on Facebook, a lot of people saying that this place will save the mall, basically make the mall even better, and I have to agree. So we might see another 50 years in the mall, but who knows for sure what's going to happen. Well, I know it's going to it adds a new dimension, the grocery store dimension, because when I was a kid growing up at the mall, we never had a grocery store at the mall. I mean, the closest thing that a grocery store we shop at was Shaw's at the time. So it's so this is a huge so it's a huge thing. So I'm kind of excited about it. I'm kind of looking forward to it. So like I said, I'm going to scope out the place myself. If you end up seeing me there, I will say hi to you, and hope you guys all my local buddies come and see me. All right. But let's not talk about Aldi's. Let's talk about what's been going on last night. SmackDown 205 Live. SmackDown's off to a wacky start in Knoxville, Tennessee, which would event the Bianca Belair, the former SmackDown Women's Champ. And we'll talk a little about that. The Bloodline and Paul Heyman did kick off SmackDown, and Roman Reigns said, "Acknowledge me," like he always said. So Paul Heyman runs his mouth. But then the new WWE Champion Big E interrupts him. Roman Reigns. I thought that was pretty hilarious. I was like, and then Roman Reigns and Big E were holding their belts up, and then Finn Balor interrupts Big E and Reigns. But then a fight just broke out, and it got to the point where Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville made a match, Big E and Finn Balor, to team up against the Usos. And then and it was a well-fought matchup. The Usos, it was a championship contenders match, and Big E and Finn Balor picked up the victory. So what does this mean? This is going to be a very interesting situation. Because Big E is the WWE Champion. That title is now exclusive to Monday Night Raw, but he's still a SmackDown superstar. So this makes things very, very interesting with the draft coming up. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman were sitting down. They were talking about Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns is out with it. He said, Paul Heyman was trying to be very, very honest. Paul Heyman likes to squirm. I like when Heyman squirms, man. It's funny. Rick Boogs then introduces King Nakamura as Rick Boogs makes another matchup against Robert Roode. And Toni Storm seems to be a big fan of Rick Boogs. She describes Rick Boogs as Eddie Van Halen in tights. That means the guy can rock and roll and wrestle, and that's what happens. Rick Boogs defeated Robert Roode one-on-one, so Then Commander Aziz and Apollo Crews attack Boogs and Nakamura, and Crews grabs the microphone and says, "You're a disgrace to the Intercontinental title. I want a rematch for it." And that match will happen next week, as Apollo Crews will be challenging King Nakamura for the Intercontinental Championship. And Kevin Owens was getting ready for his match against Happy Corbin. And Megan Morant, in trying to interview Kevin Owens, I know where you're going with this. I'm going to focus on it. We know what's going to make me happy. Owens is beating Happy Corbin. Kevin Owens is about to come out for his matchup, and then Corbin blindsides Kevin Owens from behind and kept on attacking him, which is a no match, no contest, none at all. And then Seth Rollins came out to address his match with Edge. He says, "He's still recovering. In order for my sanity, I need one more match. One more match to end this thing." And I don't know how Beth Phoenix will feel about that. And Caleb Braxton scared the wits out of Heyman again. I love it. I love it. Caleb Braxton's got this smug look on her face. And I think it's about time, because Paul Heyman is a creep when it comes to Caleb Braxton. So beautiful. And interview Heyman. Heyman's get upset, and then Big E interrupts Heyman again. And then Paul Heyman congratulates him and all that. And you couldn't beat. It was a wise decision. And then the Usos blindside Big E and attack him. Finn Balor did not come to his aid. Nobody tried to stop them. And it got to the point where this coming Monday night on Raw, Big E says, "Okay, you guys want to attack me?" And Roman Reigns just walked by them. And then, so Big E says, "I'm going to get my boys, my brothers, my Dude brothers." So this Monday night on Raw, a 6-man major main event. The New Day versus the Bloodline. I'm not kidding. People wanted to see this matchup, like say at Survivor Series, when we're getting it a couple of months earlier. Who knows, that match will happen again at Survivor Series. Excuse me. And then Caleb Braxton interviews Becky Lynch about the homecoming for Bianca Belair. And then Becky Lynch goes, "You know what? I've not been to a homecoming before. I might as well check it out." Women's tag team matchup as the lovely Toni Storm, who's one of my favorites, and the lovely Liv Morgan going up against the most beautiful woman of all WWE, Carmella, and Zelina Vega. And during the matchup, Liv Morgan flipped Carmella into face first into one of the turnbuckles, and Carmella's going, "Ow, my nose!" Kind of like having almost had a Marsha Brady moment. And as Zelina Vega and her got outside the ring, referees counted them out. Toni Storm and Liv Morgan do win the match by countout. And the Street Profits were cutting a promo, and they were excited about Bianca Belair's homecoming and the fact that they picked up a victory over the Usos. They could be going for the tag team championship. And then as Carmella was getting checked out in the trainer's room, Carmella says, "I'm okay." Now, Morgan did talk Carmella and challenged her to a match on Extreme Rules. Carmella and Vega talked to Pierce and DeVille, and Carmella accepts the challenge. So at Extreme Rules, Carmella and Liv Morgan going one-on-one. But Zelina Vega goes next week. She has to get by me first. So Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce decided to agree on a matchup. Finn Balor cut a promo about his alter ego, the Demon, and then he cut a promo on Roman Reigns as they're going to face each other for the Universal title Extreme Rules. But I think the winner of that match will have to face Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel. The way it stands right now, it's the where it stands right now, it's Roman Reigns defending the Universal title against Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens there. Then Dominic Mysterio and Sami Zayn went at it for a third time, and Dominic Mysterio loses again. I hate to say this, but I think Dominic Mysterio is going to snap and turn against his father. I don't like saying that because I don't believe a son should fight against his father, but maybe Dominic Mysterio needs to break out on his own, maybe, or Rey Mysterio may suggest, hey, why don't you fight me, son? Test yourself. I think that's the only way for you to really succeed. And even Rey Mysterio says, I want him to be better than me. That's, and I think that's the best way to do it, is have a one-on-one matchup between the father and son. Let's see what happens in that matchup. Ever since they lost the tag team titles, though, they have not been the same team. And Dominic kind of shoulders the burden of everything. But, I think he's getting frustrated. But Rey Mysterio still loves him. But I don't want to see Dominic fight Rey, but that could come out. That's like next year, WrestleMania, maybe? I'm not so sure. I'll see what happens there. Naomi about had enough of not having a matchup, and she's confronted Sonya Deville over this. And then Sonya Deville's like, and was taken aback by that. And all of a sudden, Naomi gets fined. What? Why? Naomi did not even touch Sonya Deville. Naomi just wanted a match. And I believe that's Sonya Deville's doing. I think Sonya Deville's trying to push Naomi's buttons, and Adam Pearce goes, I'm going to see what I can do. Because I don't think Naomi even touched her. She just wants a match. Sheesh. And all of a sudden, so they were getting ready for the homecoming, and Kane, the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee, is here. And Kane still got the fire thing on and dressed as the mayor, and I think it was really cool of Kane to show up and do this for Bianca Belair. I think it's really cool and classy, like always, and Kane's a wrestling legend. And he's a Hall of Famer, too, mind you. And then Bianca Belair, was there. She entered the ring. She thanked Knoxville. She thanked her family was there having fun, and it was a really cool moment. And then, but he says, enough about me. I want to celebrate you guys. And sang the Knoxville High anthem. And the cool part about that is that, and then Bianca Belair was presented with the key by Kane, the key to the city. I thought it was really cool. It was totally awesome. And then Becky Lynch comes up and sings the song and everything else, and then the two confront each other, and then Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair about to have a fight, and Becky Lynch hit Belair with a manhandle slam. It's like the Uranagi rock bottom move. So, and everybody's everybody's getting, Becky Lynch is getting some serious heat. I'm telling you, I think she's got that Conor McGregor vibes again, and she's dressed like and she just jumped out of the scene from Kill Bill. That's Becky Lynch for you. There were 3 matches happening at 205 Live. I think they should, like I said again, I think they should rename the show. I mean, Vaughn Baskins came up with some names, and I came up with some names. I think it's like NXT to the future or something like that. Because the fact is, this is the true. You're going to see fast rising stars from that brand. Valentina Feroz went one-on-one with Amari Miller. Feroz won by submission in that matchup. Malik Blade making his debut against Boa, and Boa did end up winning the matchup. And watch for Boa to be very tougher now that, Mei Ying is had enough of people losing. Trey Baxter went one-on-one Andre Chase, and Baxter did win the match. So that is that is it for 205 Live. That is all the time I have on the show on this episode 561, I do believe. Yes, 561 of the show. On the next episode, we'll talk about AEW Rampage and what happened. Huge main event was a TNT title versus a car matchup. Yep, that's how, wrestlers will do anything to win that TNT title, to get it off Miro. who cuts. I think ever since Miro got signed, I'll talk about that in the next episode. All right. I'll see you guys later, and I will meet you on that next episode. Until then, peace, love, bless out. See ya. Have a good day.